Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Yorkshireman 66. I am Mark, your host, your entertainment officer, whatever you want me to be. Well, let's face it, I am more entertaining than the BBC. You don't need a telly when you've got YouTube. Now, this is going to be a very nice video, well, hopefully a very good video, but a very informative one as well. Now, as we all know, COP26 is coming to an end. You know, the climate emergency or crisis meeting or whatever. Now, who's ever said to you that we're going through a climate emergency or crisis? Well, no one's told me this. Now, what I do know is that we are not in a climate crisis or emergency. And I've been told this by several people. One is, I've read a book, and that book is by Dr. Patrick Moore, the ex-president of Greenpeace. And he definitely says there is no climate emergency. We're all being lied to, basically. It's the new end of days, apparently. We've been through this before with global warming, we've been through it with cooling down and things like that. And this is what I was told. Back in the 2nd century, it was a lot hotter than it is now. So, you know, our climate naturally goes up and down. You know, it really does. The heat and everything, it's quite natural. So what you can see is that is quite natural. Now, for any government or for anyone in responsibility, like the Green Party, Greenpeace, like politicians in House of Commons, for them all to say that we're going through a climate emergency, well, they are definitely wrong. And they say that there will only be zero carbon by 2030. Well, good luck with that, because if you go zero carbon, that means life on Earth will cease to exist. Humans won't be around. Yeah, I mean, so what are you trying to do? Mass suicide of the planet or what? Yeah, I mean, we need, obviously CO2 is poisonous, but we need carbon. Carbon is a building block for life. We're made of carbon. We've got carbon within us. We breathe it out. We breathe carbon, CO2, carbon monoxide out. If you've ever talked to a plant, it grows better, it flourishes because it's getting superheated carbon monoxide from your mouth straight onto that plant. So it's thriving. So we need carbon. So it's the building blocks of life. Going zero carbon is stupid. It really is. So with Boris Johnson saying, this and that, I mean, what gets me is, and this is what gets me, if it's such a climate emergency, why are rich people buying front beach property at this moment in time? They want to see the sand and the sea. Well, we're supposed to be going through a climate crisis. If it's going to be underwater, it's going to be no good to them, because you're being lied to. Greta Thunberg is lying. I mean, she knows nothing. She's being weaponised by the far left to do this. And Boris Johnson has been weaponised by the far right to do what he's doing and things like that. There is no... So, if you honestly think that we are going through a carbon crisis, or, well, a climate crisis, no, we are not. We are not going through a climate emergency. I am not a climate denier. I do believe that every house in the United Kingdom, at home and that, should be insulated. But not at the cost of people's money. It's taxpayers' money. You're wasting taxpayers' money on a green policy. What's going nowhere? I mean, there are several people out there who don't believe that we're going through a climate crisis, which we are not. I mean, it is absolute rubbish. They are forcing it on you. I mean, take someone like Eon or British Gas, any electrical who supplies energy, they have a green tax, and that green tax sends up the price of your electric sky high. Basically, it sends it up higher. Eon's one of the most famous ones for it, because they say, oh yeah, we need to go carbon free, but you don't. You can't go carbon free. Not on a planet what needs carbon, CO2, to survive. We need CO2 to breathe in and things like that. Yes, too much CO2 can cause, poison us and kill us off and things like that. It's like when you smoke. If you smoke, I'm an ex-smoker. When I used to smoke, used to breathe it in, carbon monoxide. I was tested, and I was full of it, and that's how I know that. But I've been talking to people. I have been talking to people and scientists around and alike, and they're just saying now the government's got this wrong. Our government are trying to sell us something what we don't really need. I mean, I agree that we do need renewables, but if you want to save fossil fuel for the future, and then we must, and we have to do, and I'm going to praise this. I won't think I would be praising it, but I will. And France has gone, nuclear power. All their electric is provided by nuclear power, and that's what we should. Excuse me. And that's what we. Oh, and that's what we should be doing ourselves. We should be building nuclear power stations to replace the coal-fired power stations. If we did that, then we would automatically save fossil fuel. We need fossil fuels to fuel the airplanes what we fly in, things like that. So we have to go nuclear power station in all of the United Kingdom, as far as I'm concerned, and that will give us a cleaner energy, a lot cleaner than what we've got now. As for electric cars, they're being forced on us deliberately. I don't know why Boris is doing this. I don't know why Boris is trying to get rid of petrol and diesel. It's stupid. It is really stupidity. And it really is. As everyone knows, going all electric with electric cars and that, it is, well, it's not viable as a business plan at all. We haven't got enough chargers in our cities to do this. I mean, if you look where I live at Wakefield, I only see 3 or 4 public charging chargers. That's not going to be enough for what Boris is entailed. If Boris presented this as a business plan to a bank, it would be turned down flat. You know what I mean? Completely. You're talking out your backside, basically, Boris. But this is what this is what the government are doing, and they're getting away with it as well. And don't forget, governments, successive governments, and things like that. Every MP in the House of Commons, they are corrupt. Corruption is rife. You know what I mean? They're going through that right now. But with this COP26, we are being told over and over and over again, it's been rammed down our throats with adverts, with children as well. They're using, the far left has weaponised children to do with. That reminds me of what my dad told me about Nazi Germany. That's what the Nazi Party did with Adolf Hitler, getting him into power. They used children, and they're doing the same. Someone asked me, so what do you think of Greta Thunberg? Evil. She's definitely evil. Insulate Britain's evil. You know what I mean? And all these, even the Green Party needs to be saved from itself. And so does Greenpeace. Greenpeace don't know. They ain't got a clue. They think they know, but they don't. We're being ruled by morons, literally. You know what I mean? And this is what Dr. Patrick Moore, the ex-president of Greenpeace, has said. He's written a book. He's outed certain people. I've read that book and I find it very interesting. I really do. I haven't, I got the book from the library, but if you're really interested in and this is the book what I've read by Dr. Patrick Moore. So don't go telling me that I don't know what I'm on about, because I do. And I know there is no climate emergency. This is what governments do. This is what the government wants you to believe. That, there is an emergency. Oh, yeah. But we are being forced to buy energy efficient heaters. I mean, you might not even need one. You know, they want you to replace, and it's going to cost money, and the government are not going to foot the bill. How the hell? They want us to foot the bill, and things like that. So, with all this green energy tax, what are they doing with the money? Well, I'll tell you what they're doing with it. They need it for projects, they say. It's going straight into their back pocket. As far as I'm concerned, it is. And it's as simple as that. So we are the carbon, what they're trying to get rid of, basically. You know, going carbon, you know, net carbon zero, well, there won't be any life on this planet. And that is the truth. There will not be any life on this planet. We cannot survive without CO2. CO2 is the building block of life. And everything's got CO2 in it. Even right down to the cars, what are made, you know, produce CO2. And it's as simple as that. And if you take that away, especially from a living planet, you're going to kill it. And you're going to kill us in the process. You know what I mean? And this is why, you know, we need to be protected from Boris Johnson and his government. Because, you know, and Greta Thunberg. They don't know what they're on about. Greta doesn't. She's not even a climate expert. You know, she's only been told what her parents tell her. And things like that. She's not even an expert. She might think she is, but she's not. You know what I mean? Because if she were a proper expert, she'd know that doing what they're doing is wrong. And it is all wrong. And it's as simple as that. So, you know, zero carbon means no humans. And that is the truth. So we are not in a climate emergency. If you look at the Lake District, that was created through ice. And that melted years ago. And I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think back in the 12th century or back in the Ice Age when that were melting, I don't think there were any diesel cars or factories about at that moment in time. Because there wasn't. You know, it was hotter than it is now. It is a lot cooler now than it's ever been in that way. So there is no climate emergency. There is no climate crisis. You know, governments are lying to you. It's as simple as that. And I know this because I've done the research. I've done all the research I can. I was even approached by a student of science and they're saying, the government have got this wrong. Yes, I know. But you can't tell the government this. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to say, well, the government's lied. You're not allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Even though I would out them. You know what I mean? You can't even say in House of Commons, oh, well, Boris Johnson is a liar. Because if you do, you get fined and kicked out of House of Commons for the full day. You can't sit. That's how they are in Westminster. And it's all wrong. You know, we are not allowed to debate the climate change or anything like that because there is no climate crisis, there is no climate emergency. We've all been lied to, and it's as simple as that. And we have. I mean, you know, people say, you know, we do need plants, we need trees, we need all this. We need to reforest. So, you know, if we reforest Scotland with all their forests, if we put all the forests back in Scotland, this planet would live on for a lot longer, and we would be protected as well. Planting more trees, this is what needs to happen. We need to plant more trees. Instead of using nuclear power to destroy people, use nuclear power to enrich people's lives, like building a nuclear power station and things like that. This is what we've got to do. So yes, we have to put what we take from the earth, we have to put back, and that's what we're not doing at this moment in time. It's just take, and that's what the government's doing over these green. You've heard Labour on last election, oh yeah, the green projects and things like that. It is spending money where they cannot recoup it back, and it's as simple as that. Do we need wind farms and solar power? Well, it's a good idea on a small term basis, as long as it's our freedom of choice to choose that if we want it or not. If it's being forced on us, then no, I don't want it. I don't want a great big turbine in my backfield and things like that. I do not want solar panels on my house roof and things like that. No chance. You know what I mean? I mean, people make me laugh when they're going round on narrowboats. Oh, yeah, I've got a solar panel. That's not going to help you in the long term. Short term it will, but not in the long term. These things wear out. these things cost money. They cost a lot of money, you know. Does a solar panel to, yeah, it's not cheap and it's not really efficient. I mean, it, it, it to make them, they're destroying the planet. Even to make electric cars, it's destroying the planet. So, you know, and they're trying to save it. In the long term, it may solve a problem, but I don't think so. Renewables alone are not going to help us with cleaner energy. Putting wind farms out in the middle of the sea is stupid. It is. Boats could crash into them and things like that. Yeah, I mean. So, you know, you may be thinking, well, he's talking crap. Well, all right, you might think that, but no, I've done my research. I've done all the research I can into this. And if you do the same research as what I've done, you'll come up with the same answers as what I have. We are being lied to. You know, Boris Johnson wants to, every party, every MP in the House of Commons are singing from the same hymn sheet. We want to do this. We want to put so much money. With all the money what they're putting into these green projects, I mean, don't they think that our economy could do with an injection of capital? Don't forget, we're coming out of, we've just come out of lockdown. The government would have been better of giving us all £1,000 to put back into that economy. So the government puts into your bank account £1,000 for you to spend on whatever you want. And that's what they should have done, but no, they didn't. And what they're doing right now is hiring taxes. Poor people haven't got a chance. So if you think, well, Boris cares, no, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care at all. You know what I mean? So this is what we must do. We have to have a cleaner energy, and we have got cleaner energy all around. We can use nuclear power for our power stations. You know what I mean? And things like that. There is a better energy source out there. They could use hydrogen powered cars if they wanted. We've got enough of it, we've got an abundance of it. So you could have hydrogen powered cars. It doesn't have to be electric. Electric's not the answer to our problems. The answer to our problems is engineers and scientists. And listen to the scientists who are saying, look, there is no climate emergency, which there isn't. There is no climate emergency whatsoever. I mean, we ourselves, 0.0004% giving off carbon monoxide. It's not enough to change our climate at all. You know what I mean? They cannot control the weather. You cannot control what happens naturally. And this is what's happening naturally. Our planet is doing what it's doing. Sometimes, some years it's a cracking summer, some years it's absolutely rubbish and it rains. Doesn't mean to say that we're causing it, because we're not. You know what I mean? It does happen. Weather is a natural occurrence. And you know what I mean? And then people wonder, oh well, we'll build here in this field. And it might have been a floodplain. And then they're wondering why all houses are underwater. Because you're building on floodplains what you shouldn't be building on, idiots. And that's what it is. It's exactly that. So really, are we going through a climate crisis? No, we are not. There is no climate emergency and things like that. And yes, I will be ridiculed for this, but at the end of the day, I can sleep at night knowing that there is no climate emergency. Boris is just ripping us all off at the end of the day. We don't need to do what he said. Yes, insulate your house because it's going to be cold winter. That's fine. But the government should help, and they don't. Well, I don't think they are going to help, but if they do, it won't be very much. And things like that. Boris is wanting this utopian world. I don't know if you know this, but all governments around the world are wanting one world government to control the lot. That's utopia. You know what I mean? Welcome to George Orwell's world, because that's what it'll be. You know what I mean? And we don't want that. We want each individual country to be governed by its government, like the Prime Minister and things like that, and the President over in America. I mean, China and Russia don't believe in this absolute rubbish at at all, because they're not doing anything to stop their coal-fired power stations or help like that. So hats off to China, I salute you. You're doing the right thing. Keep going, Russia. You're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? There is no climate emergency. And I've been told this by a lot of scientists who say the same thing. In and out. I've done the research. There is no evidence of any climate emergency. You've been lied to. Greta Thunberg, evil. Think about it. Everyone in Parliament are liars. It's as simple as that. Well, if you like that video, and it is a bit controversial, I do understand, but if you have liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new. I mean, I'm always wanting new subscribers, so please subscribe if you are new, and hit the bell icon and hit all. That will let you know when I'm putting up another video. And please share the video to your friends and family, to people who might be interested in this video, and also to other social media like Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And comment below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye. Well, just before I go, just like to say, get well soon, Gaming Grandad. I know you know. So get well soon, Gaming Grandad, and get well soon, Yorkshire Lad as well, because he's not feeling very well himself. So get well soon, Wayne. Get well soon, Chris. Gaming Grandad and Yorkshire Lad. Catch you all next time. Bye. For now. Bye.